Hey guys, Sean here. I'm going to start my review of the Spy Kids series by firstly reviewing the first three movies in one video, and then this one by itself. But I'm going to start with the first movie, Spy Kids, right there. As you can see, this is a two-movie set because it includes both the first movie and the second one. Right now I'm reviewing the first. So this is a 2001 American science fantasy family adventure comedy film written and directed by Robert Rodriguez, produced by Elizabeth Avalon and Rodriguez, with music done by John Debney, Danny Elfman, Harry Gregson Williams, Los Lobos, butcher that name, and Robert Rodriguez himself. Starring Antonio Banderas, Carla Gugino, Alan Cumming, Terry Hatcher, Cheech Marin, Danny Trejo, Robert Patrick, Tony Shalhoub, Alexa Vega, Daryl Sabara, and Mike Judge. It is the first installment in the Spy Kids film series. The film was released on March 30, 2001 by Miramax Films, and it made over $145 million at the worldwide box office. Wow, that's actually really cool. Basically, the plot of this movie is about two spies named Ingrid and Gregorio Cortez, who were the world's top spies up until 10 years before this movie began, when they, fell in love, had two kids, Carmen and Junie, and decided to retire. So now, 10 years later, they are called back in for a mission when their fellow agents go missing. They are called back in by their boss to come out of retirement and find the missing agents. But what happens is Ingrid and Gregorio end up getting kidnapped, and so their kids have to go and save them. And that's pretty much the plot of the movie. And I really like this movie. I think, and also the villain is basically trying to build evil robot children so that he can, take over the world. Of course. But yeah, I like this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a great movie. It's a great introduction to the series. The two leads right here, Carmen and Junie, played by Darren and Alexa, they have great chemistry. So does the rest of the cast. Alan Cumming, I do like in this movie as Floop. This movie was before he did X-Men, Son of the Mask, and other stuff he's been in, I think. So this was like one of the first movies I've seen him in, and I thought he did good here. Like I said, Daryl Sabara, and Alexa Vega, they have great chemistry. They do very well in these movies. Same with the two sequels and the crap sequel, which I'll get to later. But yeah, the acting I thought was good. The music I thought was awesome. Great music. The movie is only an hour and 28 minutes, which is really short. But this is a kids movie, so it's probably that reason why it's short. But yeah, rated PG. This is just a fun movie. I love this movie. I think it's a great movie. Yeah, you could probably say that I'm an old guy. I'm 25. That means I'm 25 now. I should be growing out of kids' movies. But you know what? If I still find the movie entertaining, it's entertaining. Hell, I still love Toy Story. I still love the Toy Story trilogy, and that's mostly for children. But you know what? I think this movie's great. Should I go into the characters? Well, first of all, you got the two leads, Carmen and Junie. Carmen is basically this rebellious preteen who basically wants her independence and thinks that shouldn't be taking care of her brother. While her brother, Junie, is basically this scared little kid, terrified of everything, gets warts on his hands because of it, and is obsessed with this TV show called Floop's Floogies, hosted by Floop, played by Alan Cumming. And through the course of the movie, they have to basically set aside their differences and learn to work together to save their parents. And I think that's great. a great storyline for this movie. So I love this movie. I think it's a great trilogy, like a great trilogy starter. So I will go. So now I will watch the second movie and then give you my thoughts on that one. Hey guys, I'm here for my review of Spy Kids 2: Island of Lost Dreams. It is the second film in the Spy Kids series, released back in 2002, once again under the direction of Robert Rodriguez, produced by Troublemaker Studios. And I'm pretty sure the first one was produced by the same people too. I can look another time. So this movie stars pretty much most of the people from the first movie. You got Antonio Banderas, Carlos Gugino, Alexa Vega, Daryl Sabara, Mike Judge, and then you got some new people, and then also Danny Trejo, Cheech Marin, and then now we have the new people. We have Ricardo Montalban and Holland Taylor as Ingrid's parents, who are Carmen and Eugene's grandparents. You have Christopher McDonald as the President of the United States, Steve Buscemi as a character named Romero. You have Taylor Momsen from The Grinch, who plays the President's daughter, Alexandra. And then you have Matt O'Leary and introducing Emily Osmond as Gary and Gertie Giggles. So, this is the second movie in the series, taking place, I'm assuming, 4 years after the first movie, because Carmen is 13 and Junie's 10, so I'm assuming about 4 years after the first movie this one takes place. It's produced by Robert Rodriguez and Elizabeth Avalon. The music is done by John Debney and Robert Rodriguez. The movie was released August 7, 2002, with a runtime of an hour and 40 minutes, and it made $119.7 million at the box office. Not as much as the first movie did, but still very well. Very, very good, I think. So, yeah, this movie is basically Carmen and Junie basically what happens is Carmen and Junie have this kind of rivalry with this new set of kids named Gary and Gertie, played by O'Leary and Osmond, who think they're the better Spy Kids, etc., etc. And their father, and also the director of the OSS is being named, which is supposed to be Gregorio, but somebody hacks the system and makes it Donegan, who becomes a new director and names his kids number 1 agents, level 1 agents, and sends them on a Yukata assignment. So basically what happens is Carmen hacks the system so that her and Junie can go on the assignment, and they eventually get lost on said assignment. And then what happens is basically Ingrid and Gregorio have to go and save their kids. So what do I think of this movie? I think it's a very fun movie. It's a fun movie. I think is it as good as the first? Now let me just say I like the first 2 movies very much. I love these 2 movies. I think they're fun movies. I think they're very fun and they're entertaining and very awesome. And the action scenes are good. The music, I think, for both movies is good. I didn't mention the music in the first one, but I think the music is very well done for these movies. If I had the soundtracks, it'd be awesome, but I sadly don't. And in case you didn't see, this is a 2-disc set, 2-movie collection. It's on 2 discs. Hang on. There's the first one. I think I've already shown this. And here's the second one. But yeah, these are fun movies. I like them. Find them very enjoyable. Do I have any nitpicks for these movies? No. And then also, I forgot to mention this. Bill Paxton is in this movie for a cameo in the film. And then also you have Tony Shalhoub and Alan Cumming back for cameos. So yeah, I think it's really cool they brought them back. And then you have Danny Trejo in this movie again for a cameo. So yeah, I do really like this movie. I think it's a fun film. These movies are basically James Bond for kids, like you said. A cool thing about this one is that Alexa Vega who plays Carmen, she kind of contributes to the soundtrack of the second and third movie, which I'll get to probably later. But yeah, I find these movies very enjoyable. I think they're a lot of fun. Great film, great action, great characters, really fun, entertaining, fun family values and whatnot. And I do like that this movie kind of has a role reversal from the first movie. Whereas in the first movie, it was the parents who were in trouble and the kids had to save them. Whereas in this one, it's the kids who are in trouble and the parents have to save them. I thought that was kind of cool. So please look out for my review of Spy Kids 3 Game Over. Or, as the DVD says, Spy Kids 3D Game Over. I wish this were released as a 2-disc, or just a 2D version, but look for the review soon, and I will catch you. Hey guys, now time for my review of Spy Kids 3D Game Over. Now, I did want to say first that this is it's a 2-disc set. There, 2-disc collector's series set. It includes 3D glasses, which I don't like anymore, but it also includes the 3D version and the 2D version, which is what I watched for this review. Mainly because I'm not really a fan of 3D. It hurts my eyes, so I don't really watch a lot of 3D movies that much. Even in the theaters, I don't watch them. But on with the movie. This movie takes place after the events of the second movie, where Genie has, retired from the OSS. He basically is running his own detective agency, doing little odd jobs to save money for this, video game that the movie is basically named after, Game Over. So he is basically called in by the OSS, and because the villain of this movie the villain of the movie, the Toymaker, is the creator of this game, wants to, as Donegan says, enslave the youth by mind control. Control the youth, control the fate of the world. So Junie has to go in and shut down this game within 12 hours. And also save Carmen's life, who went into the game without Junie because Junie never answered any of his calls. So Junie has 12 hours to go into this game, shut down the game, and save Carmen, all within 12 hours. So that way kids will not get their brains, brainwashed by the villain named the Toymaker, played by Sylvester Stallone. So what do I think of this movie? I think it's a fun movie, just like the first two. I think it's I love this movie just like I love the first two. Do I think this is good? This one, I think, I will admit, this is not the best in the series, like I'm sure some people would say, which is fine. And that's mainly because this is the shortest movie in the series, like literally the shortest movie. Even with this train wreck, it's still the shortest of the series. The majority of the cast from the first two movies are downgraded to cameos and minor roles, and that's apparently because it says that the reason the characters were in minor roles and cameos was because Robert Rodriguez was filming a movie called Once Upon a Time in Mexico while writing the third Spy Kids movie. Understandable. So yeah, this movie stars pretty much everyone from the last two movies, even though the majority of them are in cameos and minor roles. So you got Antonio Banderas, Carla Gugino, Alexa Vega, Daryl Sabara, Ricardo Montalban, Holland Taylor, Mike Judd, Cheech Marin, and Sylvester Stallone. Including some new people too. So you got, and then you got Selma Hayek, Orny Gines, Ryan Pinkstead, Bobby Edner, Robert Vito, and then George Clooney comes back from the first movie. He was absent in the second one. You got Danny Trejo, Emily Osmond, Matt O'Leary, Alan Cumming, Tony Shalhoub, Steve Buscemi, Bill Paxton, and then you have also there's a cameo in this movie there's two cameos in this movie. One is by Elijah Wood, who plays this, the guy who is basically just this character in the video game. And then you have a young Selena Gomez in the beginning of this movie during the opening scene of Junie at the water park, which I thought was she's a little girl at the water park, which I thought was really cool. this is probably Selena Gomez's very first movie. It's awesome. And this movie is also the reason for... This movie is basically one of the reasons why we have 3D movies today, because this was the first 3D movie in so many years. So because of this movie, we have the 3D movies we have now. Which is fine, I guess. But yeah, overall, I enjoy this movie. Is it the best in the trilogy? No. But I do admit, the series should have ended here. Like, seriously, should have ended here. Otherwise, we get this piece of shit, which I'll review probably tomorrow, but yeah, I guess I can end the video here because I'm getting a Skype call. So, look forward to my review for all of them.